unfolds. Round difference could become a factor if it really comes down to it, but it's unlikely, as Infused are pretty much out of the runnings here at this point. But yeah, this map, you know, it's weird seeing Reason pick this one. If I saw Endpoint pick it, I'd almost feel more comfortable with it. But then again, both of these guys have had roster changes and swaps and here and there stuff going on.
I guess Reason, they've got nothing to lose, right? As the guys are kind of stating on the desk. So you might as well throw a spanner in the works at a map they won't be comfortable on, veto some of their favorites, even your favorites as well. I think I heard them veto Inferno and Mirage. No one expected that to come out. And we're on train. So maybe if they're looking to just find one map here, find something that Endpoint are uncomfortable on, and we could have a chance there. Now, Lauren, I think we are ready to get into this one. Are you ready?
I think I'm just about ready.
Okay, well, let's do it then. Endpoint will indeed be on the CT side here. We Reason Gaming on the T side. We'll have a look at their buy. It's going to be one smoke and a Molotov as well. 3 sets of armor. We've got Cray with the P250 as well to accompany that little bit of utility he's got. So, with one smoke and one Molotov, that does suggest towards the inside side. That would make a lot of sense. You can straight towards Connect or lower ramp, then have the Molotov towards the end. But they're focusing primarily towards the Ivy area at this point. Very quickly indeed. 4 players towards this side of the map.
Yeah, and look at Endpoint's approach as well. They're already sending a man up towards, I guess, box halls, have a little look down, good early information. There is a man holding the back, though. We saw a lot of those kind of overcommitted 5-in hits in the last game. We're seeing a little bit more kind of caution in this one, at least for now. That's Kamapanga holding the back. So this could be just a bit of a show for now, but it's not. They're committing. The bomb is there. The flash comes in, just being forced back here, but they're already breaking through. This is great progress from Reason. Maybe there is a method to the madness, because so far that's 3 kills, make it 4. Thomas comes in, and now Mighty Max, the guy who everyone was rating and raving on about, gets swept aside. Henry, I'm a little nervous.
Good grief. That was actually looking very good for Endpoint. They had 4 players primarily watching towards IB main entrance as well. They had decent crossfires enabled as well. And Jess, he was given an opportunity to find headshots there. The smoke to the left-hand side wasn't flashed off. Didn't land the shots, fell back, but I like that from Reason, pushing through their own smoke. I don't think Endpoint saw that coming. 4 players coming through very, very fast indeed. They hit the first shot. It's Cinder finding 2 opening frags, and Endpoint didn't get a single kill there. Interesting enough, though, Endpoint do not force buy into the second round fully. They go for Deagles, 4 of those, which is fine, because normally a lot of teams get Deagle and armor, but the thing is with Desert Eagle, if you're going to kill someone with it, it's going to be a 1 Deagle, right? You might as well save the money, try and get those opening kills, and just keep yourself a little bit more modest going forward. But for now, Reason Gaming, 3 rifles, 2 of which are AK-47s. Mace, the new player, joining in with us this week. He'll be on the Khalil. A couple of UMPs to work with as well, and this is nice from Reason. No beat rushes, nothing too fast. Slow it down, ascertain what kind of buy they've got. Do they have armor? Do they have any utility? Find the first pick, which you've already done. Then slow things right down, wait for the reactions to come in, and go as a 5-man unit.
Yeah, it was brilliant watching Thomas before, and I'm hoping we get to see some of that performance. And hopefully Mace joins in. That could be a really nice combination. If Mace starts feeling confident, you heard it on the desk, he didn't feel that kind of... he felt a lot of pressure, it felt, on this stage for him, so he didn't quite come into the play that he'd hoped for, but maybe he can find a bit of that here. So that's something I'll be looking at. See if he can maybe find a bit of work, as he is meant to be, I guess, in theory, some sort of entry fragger, as they highlighted. So that would be quite nice to see. But for now, Reason taking the time, and I actually quite like this. There's a little possibility they can lose out on a gun. There is one man still down by Ivy, but for now they've broken through on B. Should be able to get through relatively unscathed. Bombs can be planted. I like it.
It's clean stuff. This is how I like my anti-ecos to be played. Just make sure you get that first pick, go as a 5-man unit, use the utility you've got as well. Don't give anything away. It looks like we might get a couple of frags here, but maybe not. Endpoint going down 1 by 1. They're actually yet to frag after 2 rounds. So a little bit disappointed for them, but as we stated, they did not force buy fully into that round. So they still should be pretty healthy going to the first gun round. You can get out the AWP. They'll have some diffuse kits here or there. So this round, this is the full eco. Maybe a couple of P250s. Cryptics purchases one of those. But so far, so good for Reason. I wanted to ask you a question. Do you think it really has any sort of justification to say for Reason it's worth them winning this game, for some confidence, some pride? Do you think there's anything in that, or they're just here just having some fun and trying to do what they can?
Look, for me, it's one of the most fun games. The best games you play are the ones where there's no pressure on you.
Sure.
It's where you can just do whatever you want. You don't feel the strain. You don't feel worried. You can be an individual. You can do as you please. That's good work from Cryptics there. But back to the point, I think we'll see a better Reason today than we've seen before.
I think you're right. When you, like the guy stated, they've got nothing to gain or nothing to lose in this game. They're not going to be qualifying for the playoffs here. So why not? You've got a new member in here, probably looking to the next season at this point as well, trying to rebuild and try and find some positive aspects here of the team and think, well, we finished the season strong and we can come back next season looking even better.
And then you put it onto the other shoe almost here. Endpoint have everything on the line.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, absolutely zero pressure for Reason. Good times, great momentum so far. Only one kill to come their way. That's brilliant. You're feeling pumped up. First map, your choice going well. And then you've got the other side of Endpoint, who basically have their entire possibility of going to that top 4 in their hands, but one mistake, one map dropped, and it's done for.
They need the 2-0 here. And so far, Very good stuff for Reason Gaming. Endpoint still early days, of course, on the CT side. They bring out the AWPs in the hands of Ruler. Another new player here. It seems these lineups do change frequently as to what we see week to week, but he comes in this week to replace Imi, of course. But here we go then. One kit available in the hands of Mighty Max, and we'll see whether the AWP can cause any damage here. For now, though, Mighty Max, he's in towards that inside bomb site alone. Ruler watching towards Ivy. Trying to find the first pick here. We'll have a little bit of an interaction with two terrorist players on the other side.
They're loving this 4-1, aren't they, Endpoint? And that's a lovely pickup. There's the impact you want to be seeing. Ruler coming into it. Cryptic's already there, getting Thomas away from that Olaf spot up the ladder. There's no real crunch coming elsewhere. The bomb's still left all the way back at spawn. They haven't gained too much ground. They still have position, though, bear in mind. So there is work to be done. Let's see if Cinder can find anything. Nice little high flash comes in. Doesn't work. Oh, it does work perfectly, actually, tell a lie. Charlie Pickles was completely blind. Does make it away, to be fair, but still. Ace not be landing the shots he wants. There's one finally coming through, but by this point it's a 4v2, and you shouldn't be losing out on this.
Well, you say that, but now it's a 3-on-2, and we do have a chance here. Still with 50 seconds remaining, they have a smoke as well. CT's still the AWP, obviously in the hands of Ruler, as we stated before. He's at the backtracks right now, looking towards main entrance. But Cinder, exploring the inside options, seeing if there's anything he can do here. We know Mighty Max plays it by himself, but he's one of the strongest players on the Endpoint side, trying to maybe force a rotation here. The bomb's still towards main entrance for now.
It's nice. Cinder is selling it like an absolute champ. Doesn't need to commit fully. I guess he's pulled Cryptics towards connector, but yeah, they're going to have to decide one way or another. He could walk the smoke, but look where the bomb is. It's already worked out through Olaf. It's going towards A, so Cinder is all but a ruse. If he gets anything done, a kill is brilliant. If he just stops to rotate, fine. But now surely the plan's up. There's 10 seconds remaining. Crane needs a bomb plant to try and define these situations. One player by old bomb train could maybe make a quick dash to try and stop it, but no, they wait. They wait for the 3-man retake, and Cray has no utility to play with. It's all down to that firepower and after plant positioning.
It's unlikely he wins this, but every frag he does potentially pick up could cause significant impact. Unfortunately for him, though, taken down. 3 versus 1 situation, like I said, just getting 1 kill there would have kept Endpoint nice and modest there and kept their money at a real stretch. But they managed to keep it quite clean there, opening things up with the AWP, especially finding kills there. Cryptics with 2 frags in the round, looking quite comfortable, but Reason bomb down. We know their money's very good, only giving away 1 frag before this round. So they'll have money for days here. They can bring up the AWP themselves if they want to, and we'll see whether that's a possibility for them now. But Endpoint, I feel like this is where they start running away with this game. They are, in my opinion, pound for pound better players. They've got a higher skill ceiling. We do, of course, have Thomas, who can be deadly, but really yet to see him really step up.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been doing well so far, but it was all going their way, so it's a little easier to do.
Eco frags and stuff
exactly.
Like that, right? Don't get too excited just yet.
No. So gun round goes Endpoint's way. That's going to make them at least kind of even out. You don't start feeling that dreaded feeling of, are we really losing out on this? But Ruler going to have a little wander down towards those box holes, have a peek down, hold a bit of ground as well. It'll loosen up while the other players maybe sit towards connector and just allow that 4-1 to settle in.
It means Ruler, he's being dynamic, he's changing his position every round. He's Ivy before, now he's towards inside. He's trying to funnel the T's around and try and be unpredictable here. Once he's established at the upper area, it means he can actually hold that position by himself. You can see Mighty Max has fallen back towards that side. So once again, that 4-1 setup, but Ruler could be gifted a frag here. This could be a little bit messy there, a bit too easy for him. You should be molotoving that at the very start of every single round as a T side, stopping that possibility actually happening. But for now, Endpoint with the 5-on-4, a nice easy frag to open things up.
Now, they haven't pulled an additional man off from this, so they're putting a lot of faith in Ruler, or he just doesn't believe that much is going to be happening. Now, they found Cray over by Ivy, but the hit's still going to come towards B. There's 3 players here. They're lining up the smokes, the flashes, and the nades, and there it goes. Ruler's already going to be adjusting, watching the cross towards the bomb train, and the first man will fall. That's big. Mace goes down. Now the second doesn't quite land so easily, and now pressure begins. They're just below him. Karma Panya strikes, and a great follow-up. Mighty Max going down. This becomes a little bit more interesting, but things could all spiral apart pretty quickly. Bear in mind, Charlie Pickles has all the utility in the world, but with a bomb plant, there's still a chance, and with shots like that from Cinder, Cryptics gets absolutely swept aside. What is this? But Charlie Pickles surely is going to put his foot down, and he does. Jesp as well to find Cinder. In the end, 2 alive, and a defuse comes through.
A little bit exciting there, I have to say. Karma Panya, he impressed me last week with a few rounds in Inferno especially. He looked very good indeed, but that was dangerous for Endpoint. Once again, a very strong situation for them, almost slipping away. Could have kept 4 players alive there, but there's still 2. They'll still be fine going forward here. But Reason Gaming keep getting that bomb down, finding frags as well. Their economy is still relatively healthy, keeping Endpoint on the ropes. Take my energy. Good signs here, as you can see so far.
Who drew those? Solid work. No, he's looking offended. It's all right. It's good. It's good. I'd probably make some sort of typo in it, or spelling mistake. But Ruler, gonna find Kompanya early on. Bit of a shame to not see him finding the impact that you'd want him to get. That nice kind of instant rebuttal, but it's not to be there. It's Cinder to respond. So down to a 4v4 is I guess evening out the playing field. Always tricky for the CTs, though, to put themselves in the right place.
Yeah, I'm liking this ruler guy. Seems to have a basic understanding of how the orb should be used on the CT side. Changes position every single time. They don't seem to know where he'll be. Finding the opening frags. 4-on-4, though. Technically still favors Reason Gaming, with 1 minute 20 remaining, still with 3 smokes and molotovs to work with here as well. Have a look at the CT formation, this time a little bit more passive towards inside. That's Mighty Max with the M4A4 in hand towards connector. Not ideal, 1 smoke pretty much takes him out of the equation. He'll need backup at that point as well. And it's looking likely the Reason Gaming will end up towards the B-bomb site. You see 3 players towards inside, smokes coming in now. Mighty Max will do very well to find a kill here, but that's a nice incendiary just to hold them at bay. Good
timing, the flash still comes through, he's blind, he's trying to slow them down, and that's the main thing here. He's buying time and he's still in a great position. Somehow goes unchecked, and that's the more curious factor here. The T's are out on site, but none of them make an impact. No one's got the bomb down yet, and now they get it done, but Mighty Max does fall. The follow-up there comes out from Cryptix, and that's surely going to deny this. Cray can't make it count on the lurk, and it's Thomas in the 1v3. He has to go hero mode. The first step is in the right direction, but now, how does he position himself properly here? How does he find that next step? He spots the flash coming out from connector. And now he waits. Does just spot the cross. Oh, that's a shot. It's a 1v1 now. Jesp is going to be sweating bullets here. Making noise. Oh, Thomas, what happened?
Didn't have to take that base. I think the idea was he was expecting him to run straight towards the bomb there. If he waits 1 more second, he probably wins the round. Exposes himself a little bit too early then. Jess probably can't believe his luck. The fact he's given an opportunity before even touching the bomb there, that should be a lock-in for Thomas. He did great work though. Those first 2 frags, 3-on-1 situation. Jess has to go to the bomb, is ticking away, but gives himself up, and it's a little bit of a shame in that respect. Had such an advantage there, but still, it's going to be Endpoint with 3 rounds in a row now after going down 3-0. Looking very healthy here. Sure, the bomb's going down. We're a 3rd stage loss bonus for Reason, which is $2,900, but at the same time, or $2,400, sorry. At the same time, they're going to be forcing into this one. Surprisingly, we're going to have 2 AKs, a Galil, CZ, and a Tech 9. Got a little bit of utility to work with here. 4 smokes, but decent nade from Mighty Max should cause some damage there. Not too much. Thomas goes down to 87 HP, but they will have 5 players towards inside.
I am hoping they'd try and exploit the 4-1 as quickly as they could. Slowing down now, you're already seeing the creep over coming out from Jesp, so he's brought himself over. Bit of a switch up on the AWP there. Royal's been doing pretty nicely, I think, to at least my standards. Take what we want from that, but Mighty Max in a great position. Nice little off angle. Does have a bit of a time limit on it. As soon as they can push through from upper, you're kind of screwed there, but he still finds value to it. Gold Panya goes down, and a lovely adjustment towards Cray. This is a bit of a shutdown here. Sure, Mace does well, but finding more from the Reason side would surely be mistakes from Endpoint, and no, they stop it before it starts. Mace is 1 HP, and you're left in a 1v3.
Not really much he can do with this one. There's the final HG grenade from Ruler to take him down. A decent approach, going towards inside, trying to overwhelm the CT side that they know Max plays by himself. You get 1 refrag there, you potentially get that bomb down. But Mighty Max, such a strong player for Endpoint. We saw him against Envious last week, getting like 35 kills. He looked incredibly strong. Great play from him. Good teamwork as well. The flashbangs utilized perfectly, and he's just changing his attention between lower ramp and upper as well. 2 kills coming in, buys enough time, denies the plant, and it has to be an eco now for Reason Gaming, as Endpoint do take the lead. It's 4-3 now. CZ's, Deagles, a couple of smokes to work with here. This time, all 5 players towards Ivy, trying to see what they can do. But Jesper's on the other side, ready and waiting with the M4.
Yeah, back into the hands of Ruler. He's not far off either, so Ivy could be a bit of a bloodbath if they will come down this way. We'll see. Why not give it a go? Baits out the shot with the cross. Unable to get any Deagles really working for them, or CZs for that matter. And the hit's going to come through. Oh, that is a little bit painful to say the least, and there it is. Just absolutely shut down by Jeff. Nicely done. There was a little bit of threat there, a couple of pistols, bit of armor here. You know, there's little bits, but not much. You're not going to get much achieved from those rounds, well, normally.
Yeah, well, they're just trying to group out, try and get some refrags there, but deadly nade damage coming in there. The double HGs did a ton, and then Jess calm and collected here. Nothing too flashy, won't get too excited about this one, but good aim, and manages to find 4 kills. It's going to be 5-3 now, and a double AWP setup on the T side. We do see this in top-level play occasionally. It's not my favorite setup on the T side. We just go very slowly and try and find these opening picks. Kamapanga hoping someone walks into his cross at this point. Not going to be the case here. Ruler, he actually positions himself once again towards inside, but Thomas, ready and waiting, takes him down. We've seen that peak before. This time Thomas is ready for it. The double AWP setup working out for now.
Double AWP on the T side. Thomas, lovely early impact.
Yeah, they've got so much time to work with him. CTs normally have to react in these particular instances. They still have Mighty Max alone towards inside. You can see him pushing the lower ramp, trying to get some information. That's what he needs to ascertain. Can they come towards inside? He needs to make a clear call now. Okay, just have everyone out towards outside. I've got in there by myself. 100% got it locked down.
Well, we've got 3 players ready to hold back. probably the 5 they're about to hit. Once we see the player get towards Ivy, get into position, that being Cray, maybe they can start making that pressure apply. 1 minute now remains. You can still see Karma Panga looking for options, but still Mighty Max is the one to find Cinder.
Yep.
Still so much value to what he's doing.
Yeah, that reaction play is perfect, and now they will be committing towards outside. Cryptic's known to be one of the most skilled players in the UK, can't find anything, but Jesp, he can. It takes down Karma Panga. It's up to Thomas now. It's a little bit awkward, Lauren, but they are finding frags. Now it's a 2-on-2 situation, 40 seconds remaining. Mates can't find the killer connector, but Pickles certainly can. That should be the round side out. Pickles from heaven managed to find the 2 final frags. That was looking so good for Reason, the opening pick there, but we said a reaction had to come out, and Mighty Max delivers there. Pushing the inside bomb site, managed to find the kill towards Pop Dog, and at that point he funnels them towards outside. They know they've lost that map control, and they know the CTs have all the information. So they try and push in, but solid hold from Pickles and Karma Panga as well. But we'll see whether they can continue this good success as we go into round number 10. It's 6-3 now in favor of Endpoint, and a little partial buy from Reason Gaming. I think the loss bonus, of course, will be a maximum 6 rounds in a row for Endpoint. Scout, CZ, some Deagles as well. I don't think too much damage will be inflicted here, but Cinder with the Scout trying to find what he can. But there's a nice shot from Thomas.
How is this the round that starts to begin? 2 kills back to back, surely not anymore. Oh my word, Thomas. Ruler goes down. Mighty Max is normally the one to keep this all in check. He's the one who's been really keeping these rounds in the pockets of Endpoint, but no, he gets outdone as well. It's Thomas putting on a absolute class. And now Jesp in the 1v3. Chances are plenty, but can he find the right timing, the positioning? Can he make it count? The first to fall will be Cinder. 2 more options available, and Mace says no. Again, it's Thomas. When things seem to go right for a reason, it may be an individual bit of effort from him, but when he does get going, you can see the power he has. But again, you've got to feel in that sort of instance, they got outdone. And I was about to say, you know, for me, Mighty Max has been my MVP to this point. His kills may not be, the most, he may not be every single round, but the value of what he was bringing is second to none.
Absolutely. Well, I think Reason will be more successful those sort of rounds. Let's keep it fast, keep it loose, get out there, allow our big players like Thomas to have opportunities to find opening kills. He's going to try it again, this time with the AWP. Not fully committing. Incendiary will hold him at bay, just hoping a player like Ruler will walk into his crosshair. But Mighty Max, he's at it once again, pushing that lower ramp. He's got full control, using the smoke to his advantage as well. No one on the other side just yet, but once again, information gathered. You can see 4 CTs towards outside, trying to hold off Cinder at the Pop Dog here. He's trying to find an opening frag. Knows Pickles could be on the other side of the E-box there, and trying to find something here. Gives his position up. Does Pickles strike? Not just yet.
It does worry me they're leaving B so open to interpretation from mostly Mighty Max, who's been playing it really well, never overextends, falls back. Again, there's always a possibility they can turn tail and go towards B. You can easily work through those halls. It's one of the things that make Train pretty tricky to play on. There's some mollies coming in. That might kind of almost indicate that Reason are considering this. You might see that player get a little bit closer to connector, but this is an assault on all fronts from Reason. But, well, Mace just runs right into the eyes of Ruler.
Yeah, tried to flash it, but didn't really work out for them. Ruler has been impressive. A player that's not on my radar, I have to say, but he's finding frags left, right, and center. Pickles lining them up as well. Takes the bomb down. That should be round completed there, but still a chance. 4-on-2 situation up to Cray and Cinder here as they Molotov towards the bomb side, trying to force a CT out of position here. Cryptics wants to find a fight. Hasn't exactly been electric so far here on Train. Wants to start having some impact here. With 30 seconds remaining, he might be given an opportunity. There's Mighty Max, so from the inside bomb site. That pretty much concludes round number 11, and it's going to be a full reset here for Reason. But Cinder trying to keep the CTs a little bit more modest than they should be. 3 players survived, though. Quite a comfortable round, and that's a full reset for Reason. No bomb going down there. Winning the last round and losing the subsequent one means you get $1,400 per player. Thomas, still with 7k. They did win an eco before, so not completely ruined here. They can buy into this if they want to. I feel like it's a partial buy here. Drop some Deagles, maybe some Tech 9s, then buy into the next round. That's probably the best approach for me. Oh, okay, here we go.
Oh, they've got...
Let's go.
They've got faith in Thomas.
Yeah,
and,
what's
okay.
Do?
Well, I like this approach for now. I hope he holds the push, because we know that Mighty Max likes to do this for information. Maybe they feel this is the way into the round. If he's got the patience to hold this, let the rest kind of play default throughout the map, and then we'll see where we can go. It keeps their options available. But again, why would Endpoint push into these sort of rounds? You know their money's going to be in a bit of an awkward predicament. You feel a bit uncomfortable with it, but you've already heard the AK break the glass. So again, a lot to be read into here from Endpoint. We still have Mighty Max playing incredibly close, not pushing up this time. Yeah, it's certainly a gamble from Reason, but one that can pay off. They win this round, they did Endpoint the exact same treatment that Reason just felt in this round. It'll be another reset there. But for now, it's a 5-on-4. Ruler finding kills every single time. Mighty Max, he's been the MVP. You called it. Finds the first kill, drops the bomb as well. Trying to buy time, but he's just finding frags and nothing else. It's going to be a 5-on-2 situation. Thomas does fight back slightly with that CZ, but I feel like the round is going to be over. The Cray pushing towards this upper platform area. There is a chance. If he can start finding headshots here, there's a double kill. Okay, now we've got something. Make it 3. It's down to
the one-on-one situation, but Ruler, he shuts it down, but it did get very exciting indeed. Sure, Reason caused damage there, but with the reset and the force buy into this round, I feel like they will have to take an eco here, but certainly very exciting stuff from Cray.
Yeah, he finally found a bit of footing there. It felt like he'd been a little quiet to that point, kind of almost always working down Ivy, being caught out. But no, he played very nicely. But again, Mighty Max buying time so well. Gets the first kill, falls back, wins the second fight. That's the more impressive part. But this is when they line up for Cray. Does get a nice cheeky double, but that shot's lovely as well. Sadly gets outdone, but you could see as soon as they found out that Ruler was over by Ivy, all right, let's hit B nice and quick as soon as Cinder goes down. But yeah, as you highlighted, the money is pretty depleted by this point. They're down to the pistols now. They didn't win one of these rounds before, but shouldn't have.
Unfortunately, that round is all for naught. Sure came down to the 1-for-1, but they have to take the eco here. It's a chance for Endpoint to recover. We've only got a couple of rounds after this, so it doesn't really mean too much, unfortunately, for Reason. So CZ's now, PT50s, a couple of Deagles in the mix as well. They've got some body armor. That's on Cray and Thomas, but one smoke. I feel like this has to be a very simple execution here. Maybe that smoke down lower ramp. We can see Pickles. Does get quite an easy kill there. Nice movement from Cinder, but wasn't quite enough. And Mighty Max been so strong on its inside bomb site. Keeps finding the headshots, delivering such a strong performance here. The bomb's still in T-spawn. Not looking too great for Reason. This round's almost guaranteed for Endpoint now.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Endpoint. It seems like they're just not making as many mistakes as other teams we've seen. They're just playing their own game, and I'm so glad to see that. Those first 3 rounds were kind of a little bit terrifying. Reason why they had plans. They came in. It looked a little bit scary.
The good news is, like, Endpoint are looking at the bigger picture. Right? They didn't force buy in that second round. They thought, okay, we're better than these guys, pound for pound. We have got better players. Let's make sure we don't limit ourselves in our first gun rounds. Get the orbs out, have the defuse kits, and we'll start getting back into this game round by round. And they're doing a great job of that so far. It's almost certain to be 9-4 at this stage. Mason, Cray, the last 2 players remaining for Reason Gaming. The go towards his inside side, but it's desperate at this point, Lauren. Not really much you can do. You've got a flashbang and some pistols. One set of body armor, go out towards upper round, throw that flash out, maybe get a bomb down. That's about as good as it's going to get right now.
Yeah, you can see Endpoint now playing a little further back. You don't want to get overwhelmed by a CZ, a Tech-9, what have you, but they are going to face it. Then they will stop it. No plant to be seen, and another on the board for Endpoint. This is good for them. And again, Mighty Max is becoming a bit of a backbone here. Yeah,
4 kills in that round, sure, up against the pistols, but he's the kind of player you don't want to let him get in the zone and keep farming frags every single round. These key fraggers for someone like Endpoint, Mighty Max, if he keeps finding multiple frags, he's going to have so much confidence and feel like he's in that godlike mode where no one can touch him. He'll start taking more audacious bases and hitting all the shots. Then it's quite a scary prospect. He's on 15 kills right now. Round number 14. Reason Gaming, no warps this time, but a decent buy. 5 AKs are all the utility they need for a full execution, but we haven't really seen much of that. No wall of smokes, really.
Look at this play coming up on B. They're throwing a bit of a curveball. This could be scary. Thomas doesn't expect it, but he handles it pretty well, finding 2 there in the end, but an instant reply.
Yeah.
Nothing's working cleanly in Reason's favor here.
Well, funneling them towards outside. It was a decent push there, remember. I'm surprised Thomas got 2 frags. A little bit lucky in that respect, but still, we do have a chance here for Reason. Sure, the man advantage against him, but Karma Banger in a decent position here, trying to sandwich in Ruler. He's got the AWP. We know that's not ideal. Surely he's going to die here. There it is. Now we really do have a chance, but Jesp, he says no. Up to Cray now. It's a big round for Reason. Remember, they had the 3-0 start after winning the pistol. They need to start converting these clutch situations into their favor.
Cray trying to find the angle. A pixel out of place would be all it takes. Now he has been spotted. Bomb in a bit of a predicament here. And Jesper's being incredibly mobile as well, finding a new angle instantly. Jesper slowly creeping up, and it's going to be Jesper who has the angle, and he will land the fight. And the shot, of course, on towards Cray there. And it's a little unfortunate, but great work coming out from Jesper to be that mobile, to switch up that much, to force him to face those very uncomfortable angles.
Good work by Jess, one of the Swedish players playing in the UK scene. Relatively unknown, but seemed to be proving himself. What a perfect place to do it. The Gfinity Elite Series, we have unearthed a lot of talent here. I feel like as the weeks have gone by, he's a solid prospect for the future. We go to round number 15. It's 10-4 in favor of Endpoint, and we'll see whether Reason can bring anything to the table here in the final round. We've got 3 AKs, the UMP, a Tech-9. Not looking too good. Still the single AWP setup for Endpoint, and why not? Ruler's been fantastic with that weapon, and for now, I think he is towards inside sight. He is indeed. Surely they've got a flash in, Molotov, something. Don't give him that easy frag again, but he misses the shot, so something to work with here. They can at least get some real estate towards that brown hole area.
Falling back. And we know we've got the rock of Mighty Max, so
of course.
Don't worry too much. Even if they do get some sort of ground, they can kind of free up Ruler. He can start again, to roam and build up. But but this is the first time in a little while we've seen Reason Elite gain some ground throughout the map. They've got box walls, they have a step on Ivy, they have players building throughout this, so this could be a good shot for them. They're keeping Endpoint on their toes, but there's still so much firepower with the Endpoint side, who's been coming to bear as well. So Ruler already adjusting, but again, a little bit paranoid about B here. Might be a bit of a call coming out from Mighty Max, but he's handled the threat. But look at Cinder, quite far ahead. A bit of an awkward turn from Jess, but the damage simply not enough. The UMP is not what it used to be. Cray, Karma Pangia, and Mace now have to face the music here. This is not the round you're hoping for.
Yeah, disappointing result there, but Cinder, I thought that frag was coming in. Open shut case, but apparently not. Now it is a 5-on-3. Got 2 AKs, but no nades whatsoever. Just have to be brave, and Karma Pang is feeling it. Gets one shot there, and they do have the inside control now. Bomb can be planted, but maybe not so much. It's a headshot there, but didn't really do much damage.
How on earth did that not do more damage? But still, they've made this... Oh, Mace, that was a brave grab of the rifle. The nades were coming in thick and fast, but the frag does not follow up. But look at his position. Cray. All right. All right, Jess.
Why not? Nice shot there. I have to say, Endpoint looking incredibly comfortable. Just to reiterate as well, they were down 0-3 against Reason Gaming. They came out the trap hop. They looked good at the pistol. Cinder with 3 kills there. We thought they might have a chance to cause a serious bit of damage here, but they didn't really win a single gun round, Lauren, because they won an eco, and then they obviously won the pistol as well. So Endpoint looking like the much better unit right now. Absolutely.
This is what kind of threw me through a loop when I saw these two teams pick this map specifically. Train doesn't necessarily play always very well to mix sort of styles, especially when you're seeing Endpoint play like this. They've had 2 individuals playing brilliantly. You've got the solid player on B, which I think is something that's paramount. You want to be a good Train team, get that, one player who can just play that B side like a champ, buy you time, call out where where they've actually hit, where to come in on the rotates where you're safe. These sort of things. He seems great at that, Mighty Max. He's locking that down. Throw in a good AWPer, a Ruler as well, who's just been very mobile, switching things up, making it hard to predict, hard to find positioning on. You've got a very nice combo for Endpoint here. So again, looking at Reason, I like the theory, I like the idea of what they came in with, but the practicality of it all just hasn't come through.
Certainly not. Well, a big pistol for Reason, and I need both pistols here to even stand a chance against Endpoint. You're looking pretty formidable, I have to say. We'll have a look at the buys. Endpoint, they'll be going in with 3 sets of armor. What I can see for now, we can hear the galloping, but no one's moving.
Just horses.
Just the horses in the background. 5 sets of armor in total. As we get into it now, not a single bit of utility. Suggested they have to group up and just go in together and get that Glock train ready and rolling. And more ways than one, Lauren, because we are on train, of course. See what I did there? It's good, right?
It's all coming off the tracks.
This is the best stuff I've got.
This is it?
Yeah.
No wonder Matt's the play-by-play.
Exactly.
It all makes sense now. We'll leave the clever wordplay to him as I'll just talk fast and say things slightly louder than before. Thomas and Jess do exchange here so far. Jess Blue is going to slightly tear ahead as actually Endpoint do start to swarm the side. The bomb's been lost, so that's the problem. But Ruler is still alive, and it's the 2. It's the duo. Bear in mind, Mighty Max is the walking wounded. 1 HP is all he has. Cray's a little wounded too, bear in mind. But that's a shot from Cinder. One more. 1 bullet is all he needs. He lands it in the end and keeps a modicum of hope alive. I mean, it's frail. It's fragile at this point for Reason, but it's the step you need.
Absolutely. Well, that's both pistols going in Reason Gaming's favor. Endpoint, though, they're feeling a bit sassy here, Lauren. They can force buy.
Sassy, are they,
They can force buy in the second round with the kills they go. If you get 3 kills and a bomb down, you can bring 2 AKs out and you can explore that a bit. But I don't think you do that with this sort of lead. That would be a huge statement at this point. I don't think that's what they'll be doing. But for now, yeah, it looks like the more conservative approach, more traditional thing to do is bring out AKs in the third. But we have seen a lot of top teams recently, especially like to G2, force buy in that second round, and at least showing us how powerful just 2 AKs can be against SMGs, which is what Reason Gaming would have had, right? So there's definitely a viable situation for that sort of mentality.
I know you love all SMGs, don't you, Henry? Big fan.
No, not really. Generally, no. I think, especially on a map like Train, you want to be at least having 2 rifles into this one, even though they're FAMASs. I'm always scared when I see the 5 SMGs come out, but we'll see what they can do. Luckily, they're up against the PT-50s unarmored, but the thing is, you want to be preparing yourself for at least for that third round. You know the AKs are coming out. If you have a clean sweep here, that's not necessarily good news for you. You're up against the AKs, but Mason Co. should have quite an easy run here. There it is. Farming some cash with those MP9s. Should be quite the clean round, and there it is. The problem is now, do they upgrade from these SMGs? They know the AKs are coming out next, and sure, the players have got 3 kills with the MP9. Maybe that's definitely worth investigating, but we'll have a look. Any rifles coming out? There's the orb. Okay, Karma Pangia. He knows what he's doing.
Mace is on it.
Yeah, so Mace had to do it as well. So double orb. Yep. Okay, then. Here we go. I like it.
That's a really weird combo. Double orb, 2 SMGs and 1 rifle.
I like it.
Hey, it's got something to it. We'll see how they can make this one count. Of course, Endpoint on the other side, very bare minimum for utility, but they have enough to make something count here. You'd kind of hope they come into this with a little bit more of a seasoned T side, a little bit more plan, a little bit more method to the madness. But you can see Thomas going for a little look here. Bearing in mind how much Reason got outdone on this sort of same thing.
I don't think anyone would be expecting a double AWP setup here on the T side, but Pickles doesn't seem to care. He blows away one of the AWPers. That's Thomas at the upper ramp, completely dispatched of there, and it's a 5-on-4. Oh, did he push? No, surely he didn't push. No, okay, it was in the upper ramp. I was going to say, he didn't push with the AWP, did he? He did not. So it's a 5-on-4, lovely shot there from Pickles. The AWP does get salvaged though, so Cinder finds it. Cray is one of those reaction plays once again. As soon as you lose a player, you need to get some information, some sort of map control working in your favor.
I'm pretty sure he stepped though. And then they're really close. Cryptics and Ruler should have maybe heard this. They do check for it slightly, but take a lot of damage on the way through. But they're down to 3 now on the CT side. This is looking good for Endpoint. They've held their nerve. They've kept their composure. And now it's the AWPs remaining. And not the original AWPing duo either. Cinder went on the recovery mission to get that back in hand after Thomas lost out early on. But yeah, this is a shutout. It's time to try and save. But you can imagine someone's going hunting here.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know they've got AWPs there. You've got nothing to lose at this point. Try and shut down the money of Reason. Don't let them have anything to the next round. You're certainly at least exploring that idea. Pickles going from Pop Dog, trying to shut them in towards the inside bomb site. He's already hit one magnificent shot here towards the upper platform. Does he hit another? We'll soon find out. The shots are fired in, but he can't quite do enough damage there. Takes Kamapanga down to 71 HP, but he knows where they are. He's got that intel. It doesn't look like Endpoint really want to force the issue here too much. They'll be holding up. We have got Jess coming in from CT spawn here, but with the AWP saved by the looks of things here, Endpoint do have the work cut out next round, as Reason Gaming will be able to force around these two snipers.
Yep, they still have the SMGs up. There's still many possibilities for them here, but Reason did get overrun there. That was just all-encompassing. Actually losing one out to the bomb as well. So down to 3 for Reason. That's fine. They can still kind of spread the wealth, I guess. Not ideal, but is what it is. But the 2 AWPs remain. That's the main point here now. Bear in mind, Charlie Pickles completely outplayed Thomas there. And
yeah, absolutely.
You don't normally see a rifle just kind of cleanly sweep that away.
Well, like I said, I don't think he's expecting an AWP to be there generally. They know they saved 5 SMGs there. Sure, maybe one AWP comes in as a double AWP. I don't think anyone saw that being in round number 3. But still, Reason do save the AWPs. They can force into this round. You can see a couple of M4s here. Mace, unfortunately, just down to a deagle here, but Endpoint didn't recover a sniper themselves. They've still got the 5 AKs here. Great round in the previous, but still a chance for Endpoint to give this one away. Reason Gaming, how aggressive are they going here? Not too much. We did see Kamapanga explore towards the upper round, but Mighty Max taking him down to 50 points of health. He'll have control of the upper halls now.
And I kind of like opposite numbers playing into where they hold. You kind of get that nice kind of feeling of it to, you know, really make it uncomfortable for the 2 players. And it's a bit of a different setup. Of course, we had that 4-1 before coming out, but these guys are going to stick to 3-2 for now until they get an indication. They can make a quick rotate, but their players are coming out now. It is Endpoint making the sight hit come through, and Charlie Pickles delivers again. Mace goes down. Only the deagle, though. Reason still have more to bring, but so far, Ruler hitting shots too. Thomas is locked out. The AWPs have had so little opportunity to get into the game just yet.
Here we go then. Thomas, you need to step up here, my friend. The bomb will be planted. Misses a shot there. Tries to make it happen through the smoke, but now no scope has to happen. It does not. Can't find the shot there, and I think he goes down here, but there it is. Now we've got something to work with here. They have got kits to work with here as well, but the double AWP retake here, it's a very difficult situation.
Ruler, Mighty Max, and Jesp just counting down the seconds till the round is theirs. 13 on the board would be lovely, but the AWPs are saying no. They're singing to the tune of Reason, and Cinder shuts the book on them. Finally, they fight back in on a gun round, bearing in mind the defuse does come through. But my word, that was still pretty tentative.
Yeah, that was not looking good for Reason whatsoever. They had a double AWP situation on a retake where the bomb is down on the outside bomb site, 3-on-3. That should not be favoring them whatsoever. But Thomas, that second no-scope, that works out for him. And then at that point, it looked very promising indeed. This is the first shot. I thought, okay, round over. He had to hit that shot, but he delivers on the second as well. Who would have thought that's the shot that saves him? And then Thomas, looking very good at the AWP. Usually known as a rifle player. We haven't really seen him step up with the AWP in the Elite Series as of yet, so that's great to see. And that's actually shut Endpoint down. They're going to be here with Desert Eagles. 4 of those. Mighty Max just on the Glock here, got a flashbang to work with as well, but this should be now a chance for Reason Gaming to get back into this map.
Yeah. See if they can grind this out. To me, they still look a little sketchy, right? Reason,
yeah.
even if they get in the game close, you know, 7-12 looks pretty decent. Obviously, take into account the rounds they won in the last half, it can change things up, but it's just a little bit scary. I've got to say, Endpoint, all said and done, just look a little bit better overall. And bear in mind, I do like Thomas's AWP name. It does say killed by a ginger, which makes me very happy.
Love that.
Gotta love it. Cinder gonna find Charlie Pickles. No real shots to be found here. No kills, no easy pickups, no guns to get away here. Crate, gotta be a little careful. Mighty Max is on the other side. Eagle could become a little deadly, but no. Thomas collects another soul. And we will be at 12-8. So Reason building cleanly, don't lose out on players, don't have to repurchase much. They're starting to look a little better. But it's I want to see the gun round come through.
They are on the CT side, remember, as well. This is arguably one of the more CT-sided maps we have in CSGO. So a chance for them to establish themselves so they can get the double orb set up out and rolling like they have been. That should be quite an interesting prospect for them. But a tactical timeout now for Endpoint. Showing some cracks there, a little bit of nerves coming in. Just to reiterate, they need the 2-0 today as well. All the pressure firmly on their side of the server here. Reason Gaming cannot make the playoffs. They don't really need a result here today whatsoever. They can just be saboteurs. They can shut down the prospect of Endpoint here and at least finish the season on a high. We know they're going to be changing things up for next season, maybe looking towards that and seeing what they can bring to the table then. But for now, Reason Gaming, they have won both pistols. Are lacking gun rounds generally, but now we're starting to get into it.
I do actually quite like this from Endpoint. The fact they're calling this, because the amount of games we've seen so far during the Elite Series where teams are a little bit adverse to calling timeouts. Let's see if we can have a little listen, see what they're saying here. I'm curious. Not much going on.
I'll look. You guys come out top. We come 2 up main after the first kill, and I'll come late Ivy, okay?
Okay.
Just being very vocal about
I like that we have this at the Elite Series. We do get an insight as to what tactics. Normally we try and do that at international tournaments. Obviously they're like speaking Swedish or Danish. I'm just like, well, Matt didn't really get from that, but they sounded a bit angry. So that's what I've worked out. So when we've got UK teams, at least we can get some insight to the tactics and stuff. But let's see what Endpoint can do here. It's going to be Ruler once again with the AWP towards the main entrance. Look at the aggressive play from the CTs, pushing towards IB here, trying to shut things down. It's Pangyo with 2 kills, and Cinder finds a 3rd as well. Aggressive timeout coming in from Reason Gaming, trying to shut down any sort of adjustments Endpoint have made here. This is the adjustment. They're going for the smoke boost here, but it's a little bit too late, I'm afraid. It's going to be a 5-on-2 situation. Charlie Pickles and Mighty Max left in a very difficult situation there. So Panga. That's some of the great things you can do there. When you know the other team take a pause, you can use that yourself, right? You know they're going to be adjusting, they'll be changing the pace and maybe just bringing in a set piece and discussing their smokes. You just run into their faces, shut down anything they had in mind. And that's exactly what Reason did, and it's worked out perfectly here. They can't make it a clean sweep. Cinder does go down. Charlie Pickles with a nice shot there, trying to cause any damage he can, but the round is certainly over. He's got 40 points of health. They know where he is. No bomb to work with either. It's just maybe he can find a couple of kills here, and he certainly does do that, but overall, pretty successful round there from Reason.
I like that. Did Pangy hit 2 for 1 then as well? They came in pretty swiftly.
Did he really?
Each other.
I didn't see it from his POV, but
I am
sounded
interested.
good.
Yeah, it does seem as though he might have got something a little bit, a little extra for free, but... All is great at this point if you're Reason. You're starting to get a little bit of a grin on your face. You kind of set Endpoint back again. This should be 12-10.
Yeah, once you get double digits, that's a little bit of a mental barrier. Once you see that, you start believing. You start realizing, okay, now we do have a chance this game. His followers were getting wrecked throughout this one, but now, after winning both pistols and a few big rounds there as well, we have a real chance. There's another recap for Endpoint rushing inside, but Cinder, he says no. 2 kills on the AK-47, looking for the clean sweep. Great work by him. 4 kills in total. It's Thomas that chimes in and helps, but now that's getting them fired up. You can see Reason still have some sort of hope on this map.
Henry, as much as I love the idea of it's them getting fired up, it's actually just the XL guys getting really excited.
Yeah, they're loving it, aren't they? Yeah, stuff.
They're feeling it. They're like, okay, this is, before they had 3 rounds, 4 rounds, and they're all pistols. Didn't feel great about it. Now it's like, oh, they can win a gun round.
If Reason do get a map here, that could be XL looking good for the playoffs as well. That's why they're getting excited. Okay.
Yep.
There you go.
This gets worrying. And then for Endpoint, you've lost out on that possibility. Basically, you lose map 1.
Yeah,
your mentality's gone for map 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they've got to dig in deep. They're still in the lead. Bear in mind, I'm talking to you guys at home like Reason are leading this in their charge. They're not. They're still further back. Endpoint did look like a far better team as a collective. But look at this.
It's quite cool, isn't it? Nice little smoke there, boosting over it, trying to find that first pick, but a very passive hold here from Endpoint. You can see Jess holding all the way in T-spawn, waiting for more aggression. Maybe they've been rattled a little bit from that CT push. Mighty Max, though, the boost does work out this time, takes down Cray, and now they have got the 5-on-4 advantage to work with here. Still plenty of time to work with it as well. 1 minute 10. Cinder has still pushed Ivy, but not really going to get that much forward by the looks of things here. We are going to see Jess potentially go down that side of the map, but for now, can just bide their time and see what the reaction is coming in from Reason Gaming.
The CT side are going to find it hard to... Look at the positions. They're so spread apart. It's so sporadic. I guess the 2 Ivy players can battle off each other, but they're going to get far out towards this A site if they go to it. They're going to get through Olaf. They're going to get towards the trains, but that's a lovely bit of work from Panga there to deny the play coming out of Pop, but he needs to be careful. Can't extend too much himself. He's waiting on that flank to come around from the back of Ivy. Nice work from Mace. Good positioning. Doesn't need to overdo it, but the final couple of bullets finds Mighty Max, and now Endpoint is starting to dwindle in numbers, starting to lose a bit of faith, and the CT side are closing in on them. You can see it. throughout this. Karma Panga to find Ruler, and it's down to 2. Bomb will be planted though. Endpoint losing out left, right, and center. Jess now has to just watch as his team falls around him. Looks towards Ivy. 2 players trying to work in. He will find one, but the spray can't continue. It's Thomas there. And it's 12-11, Henry.
It certainly is. It's Reason Gaming coming to life now. Karma Panga had an awful first half, almost non-existent, but since he's had the AWP in the second, he's looked great, finding all shots left, right, and center as well. And that's Endpoint getting the first pick as well. It should have been their round. Early pick coming in, a 5-on-4. I think the execution at that point would favor them, but Mace stepping up tremendously, Karma Panga as well. Now they're starting to look like quite the formidable side. And Endpoint, we're buying up into this one. 5 AKs once again, still the utility. Lost bonus still working in their favor, but we can see the CTs now. A couple of AKs to work with means they can get aggressive. The likes of Thomas as well. He's got a 25 frags right now. He can hold more aggressive angles with the AK-47. Make it 12-12. That's an Endpoint. Like we said, they put the pressure on their side of the server. They're going to be feeling this now. This is a huge round for them.
Let's look for the approach. Let's look how they do this. See how they play it out. As I said, passive is I guess something that's going to be underlined at this sort of round. Caution going to be aired here. It looks as though it is going to be that hit again towards A. Molly's go in, and last time Reason dealt with it well, but this time maybe Endpoint can focus their attention in the right places. Karma Panga dropping the nades down, but it's Mighty Max to strike. That's big. Remove Thomas away. He's been one of the heavy hitters here for Reason, but Cray can now get played in. No one's really watching for it, but again, Mighty Max is there. This guy doesn't know when he's dead. Cray, though, tries to get into the middle of it, but merely falls, and it's Charlie Pickles to come in. Finally, Endpoint stem the bleeding. Finally, they fight back.
Yeah, utilising the smoke to the very side of the round. They had a clear objective from the very get-go. Round number 24. Hey, get towards outside, deploy the smokes. Got a bit hairy there with the HEs received as Reason Gaming reacted to the final execution there. But still, it's Mace left in the 4v1 situation. Nothing he can really do here. But he wants to try and find kills. Reason Gaming's economy should be relatively helpful. We'll see whether they can bring out maybe double orbs to the next round. But for now, Mace just trying to take down anyone he can. He knows he can't win this. There's a kill. Takes out Mighty Max as well. Could maybe pick up the AW. I'd say pick that up and get out. Get the orb. No?
Ace?
Doesn't want it? Fair enough.
Damage. What's the money like for Reason?
I
Not
think
worth it for that.
I think
surely.
you just take that orb and get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
I guess at that point, maybe he tries to keep everyone by the bomb and take them down with the explosion. That's an idea. They've got decent money, but still, you don't want to give anything away whatsoever. You can save an orb, always try and do that. It's going to be Endpoint, though. 13-11. Get one step closer to the first map, and they do need the 2-0 here today, but here we go. The double orb setup, as we said. Karma Panga and Thomas have been quite a formidable duo in the second half. Big round here for Endpoint. Don't want to get reset as we enter round number 25. Reinforced to work with it, a full buy for the CT for sure, as Thomas boosts himself up on the green train, trying to find the first pick of main entrance. Another set piece from what I can see from Endpoint. You can see 4 players by the dumpster lining up smokes, but it's Cinder aggressive towards inside as well, with Charlie Pickles waiting on the other side. Has some good shots so far, but the incendiary should send him packing for now. A little bit of damage inflicted there, but Cinder will use that as a cue to pull back.
Very nice. Good work from him, keeping his ground. But this time, look how much closer Reason are playing. You've got Mace pushed up close yet. Thomas not too far behind, but to get overwhelmed so quickly. The 2 players who are playing up close, trying to hinder this, get swept aside, but that's the double coming through. Karma's still alive, but he will be, well, pretty much isolated here at this point. 2v3, Cinder's en route, but the bomb should be planted anytime now. It's being picked up as we speak. Giving time for Reason to get close, but Endpoint should be keeping this in check. We've got players in the right place. Ruler should be watching this cross through. Smoke goes in, allows them to get nice after plant positions. There's very few access points here. Cinder needs to land a blinder, and Mighty Max almost gifts it, but no, there's Ruler coming in. This should be safe and sound. Nice approach from Endpoint, finally seeing a bit of that chemistry, that nice kind of bounding off each other. No mistakes being made.
I think they've realised now, just drop the set pieces there. Go as a 5-man unit, allow your star players actually have some map control to hit these frags. Ruler there with 2 AK headshots, doing a good job, working together now, and the defaults weren't really going in their favour. I feel like Reason Gaming were a little bit too random for them. Just get that set piece right at the start and shut them down, and it seems to be working very nicely indeed. It's going to be Cinder, desperately trying to find frags here, jumps out, the leap of faith from heaven. It doesn't really work out for him though, and it will be 14-11 in favour of Endpoint. Still with a little bit of money, I believe, for Reason. They certainly can buy into this one. You can see the orbs coming out. Mace with the M4A4. It won't be the best of buys, but it should have enough for at least rifles across the board and a few diffuse kits to work with as well. MP9 for Thomas. That's one adjustment they've got to make. I think you give one of the M4s up to him. He's been fantastic for them so far. Maybe Mace or Craig give over the M4 and allow his star player to have a bit more firepower there.
Bit of a switch here. Who will be the one playing towards B if they go? Oh, it's Cinder. Okay. I was a little worried it might have been Thomas there with the old SMG, but maybe they don't hit this. They've got time. This is a different look for Endpoint. They haven't really done this just yet. Cinder is going to get a glimpse any second now. Spots one, smoke goes in. Nicely played, doesn't panic, doesn't outdo it. Trying to get that one-way smoke on the go, and it's pretty darn good so far. No one's spraying into it and they hold. Endpoint don't give anything away, and Cinder? Cinder? He's gone for a walkabout. He gets one, dinks the other. Information aplenty, but was it worth it?
We'll find out. Endpoint certainly with the advantages when considering Thomas is down to just that MP9, but like you said, Cinder did headshot Cryptic at the same time as well. One of the more powerful players for Endpoint, certainly limited there. They still got a minute to work with here though. It will be Cray and indeed Karma with the AWP towards the inside bomb site for now, but what's the final point from Endpoint here? We'll see whether they can actually finish things up towards the A site. They still have 3 smokes to work with here, flashbangs, molotovs as well. They're trying to find the next opening.
Thomas will be the weak link if you look at it in any way you want. He has been individually phenomenal, but a viable angle to hold, don't get me wrong. Definitely able to do it, but this is where it begins. He has to commit. Oh, that's a bomb! Thomas, every time, seems to deliver at least a little something. He tries to do what he can. It's down to 3v3, but look at the HP for Endpoint. We've got Rulo and Cryptics, but they're still going to go towards this A site. Bomb needs to go down. We've got 20 seconds remaining, and there's still players everywhere. Mace is a huge ace up the sleeve. 15 seconds, bomb is down. 2 players committed towards the site. Molly goes in. That could become tricky, but no. We have 1 player escaping with Jess taking huge amounts of damage. There's Mace striking, but there's still threats here. Ruler and Cryptics can still do work.
They certainly can. Low HP, and they seem to be punishing them there. Karma, the USP there, finishing things off for Cryptics, and there it is. Ruler going down as well. We still have life and reason yet. Very good job there once again, funneling them towards the inside area, and then back towards out there is where Endpoint have to finish. They get the bomb down short, but you're right, Mace, ready and waiting from Ivy, strikes at the perfect time as well, drops the incendiary, waits for his teammates, doesn't overcommit, doesn't want to do anything too flashy there, find that 1 kill, give them the advantage, and the round falls in their favor. It's Karma getting the call from his teammates, they're low HP as well, the dinks have come through, and it's a nice clean sweep there to finish things off. So, 14-12. One of the final buys here for Endpoint. They just want to get map point here. They need this first map win. If it goes in against them, their playoff hopes have been diminished. So, Tech9, 3 AKs, and Karma once again finds the first shot, takes down Ruler.
Charlie Pickles, though, fancies to go at it himself. Why not? He's been doing well so far. Flashes are great as well for the T side. They've been keeping him blind, but straight through the smoke, the flashes weren't that good. Mace stands there brazen, as you like, but Cryptics tries to make a go of it, just pushing wildly, but it's Mighty Max to break through. It's a 2v3, but Mighty Max so low, and the bomb in such a awkward spot. This could get tricky, but does the CT side overextend? Do they make a mistake? Do they allow Endpoint a chance?
We'll find out. Well, Endpoint desperate to hold on to this situation, but they have got a 3-on-2. Mighty Max on 12 HP, Jess with the bomb on his back. And it will be Mighty Max making his way back towards T-Spawns. That means Jess has to stay alive here. Try and buy this time, but he won't be able to do it. That's the bomb dropped as well. Makes this almost impossible situation for Max, making a lot of noise as well here. They'll know he's coming, and it should be quite an easy frag here. Crazy in the perfect position to shut it down, but somehow doesn't get the kill there. The pre-fire from Mighty Max gives him a lifeline here, but surely he doesn't win this situation. He's the headshot here onto Cinder, trying to bait him out there with the sound cues. He's behind the E-box. It's very tense here. Mighty Max, one of the best players for Endpoint, trying to win this huge situation here. If he does this, it's going to be map points and potentially ruin Reason's money.
This gets bloody terrifying. Good flash from Cinder, forcing him back. But you can see Cinder's nervous. Against a 12 HP player, he locks it out. And we may say that, okay, Reason can't do much this season in the way of their performance, their finish at this point. But you can't tell me this doesn't mean much to them. You watched them in this game. You saw Thomas a couple of rounds ago. He's getting pumped up. He's feeling it. You know that you're kind of chasing these guys down. You can ruin everything for these guys. Bear in mind, their tournament life is on the line. Their top 3 possibility finish going to the semi-finals could end now. A couple more rounds and look at the money. This is a little scary, isn't it?
Yeah, this is Endpoint. Certainly the favorites here as well. And they're up with pistols, P250s, Tech9s, no armor, 1 smoke, 1 flashbang. These are the rounds that can sometimes fall out of your grasp of your Reason gaming, but for now it's looking like a pretty convincing case that they'll be winning this one and tying things up 14-14. Who would have thought? Endpoint, you're absolutely right. In the first half they looked like a fantastic unit, a very good squad, but this should be one of those redundant rounds where not really much will happen here. First 2 kills for Reason, make it 3 now, and Cray to finish things off. Good job there, clean sweep. And it will be 14-14. We're going to be going the full distance here, whatever happens, as we enter round number 29. Money still available for Endpoint here, 5 AKs, no AWP potential here. Rulo, who's been so good at AWP, haven't really seen it on the second half.
Yeah, it's a real shame. The money's been so hit and miss. Even when they've had it, it has been a massive missing piece.
One thing to note as well, Cryptics is one of their absolute star players. 9 kills, 22 deaths as well. You expect him to be performing a little bit higher than that. He's considered one of the best players in the UK, but right now, not really turning up in this crucial game for Endpoint.
got to be destroying him individually as well.
Yeah.
You know you're feeling bad about it. You're keeping your head high. Of course, you're doing what you can, but it's not a great feeling when you know you're individually not there. Now look at this. Panga going to push himself up towards those brown halls, those box halls, so he's fine. He gets information for free, basically. He can stay here if he wants. He can back away if he feels pressure, but for now, he's good. Thomas getting a little closer as well. Heading up towards E-Box a little. Not quite there yet, but Endpoint, we saw them kind of running these, pack mentality, all in hits, just go together, get the frags, we know he can do it. That worked for them. That got them back in the game, bear in mind. They were kind of, losing out on these rounds, but Reason have the right idea. They have 4 players in the perfect place for this, and it's going to be go time. Flash comes in, Cray turns the first, does get caught by the second, though. This gives there a small room of opportunity, but he comes out perfectly. There's Cray coming into this. 2 kills. Cinder as well. This is looking good for Reason. Down to Mighty Max. Can he dig deep enough? 3 kills is what he needs, and that is a very tall task. Thomas on the other side of this smoke, and he knows what's happening in there. 15 rounds now at Reason. Heartbreak is on the line here, Henry.
Those are the rounds have been working out for Endpoint as well. The call at the very start of the round, the set piece is sticking into the unit, but Reason Gaming, they've worked out how to defend it now, and it looks like the dreams of Endpoint to make it to the playoffs could be falling apart here. It's the final round, number 30, 15-14 in favor of Reason Gaming as well. Endpoint need to convert this round to a victory to see us into overtime. They've got 4 pistols and 1 AK-47 with no armor to do it. It's not looking good. But Endpoint, they need to dig so deep here. I'm not sure they have what it takes right now. I haven't been impressed with the second half, but if there was a time to deliver, this would be it.
Cinder has it all to do. He could stop this now. 3 players, make it 4 to his right. If he plays this right, he could have them all. He could do it all right here, but no, backs away. Smart play, doesn't want to overextend. You don't want to make mistakes in these sort of rounds.
It's another call at the start of the round here. Go towards inside, get the brown horse control, potentially one of their inside executes. We haven't really seen that from Endpoint as of yet. Smoke's being lined up. Like we said, Jesp, he's got the AK-47, but no armor to work with. 1 bullet hitting his chest, that AK is useless. He needs to be hitting 1-tap headshots here and trying to find opening frags. Smokes are there, 5 of those still for Endpoint. They have got full inside control. Waiting for the final commitment here. Could fake this go back towards outside. That's definitely an option for them, but Pickles with the bomb and lower ramp, he's fully committing here. It's up to Cinder to defend.
Here we go, Charlie Pickles is burning alive, as is Ruler. This is getting deadly. Cinder finds one, but there's Cryptix finally coming through. A player we've been looking for so long, and a bomb pond. This could still be possible. They could still do this, but the HP is low. They have Molotovs.
No!
Oh, Cryptix! He charges and he fails! He did everything he could, but just those couple of shots. But Mighty Max, is it his turn? Can he do the unthinkable? Charlie Pickles lands one. It's down to 3. There's still Molotovs. There's still hope here. Mighty Max, you need to do it all. Great tags, but not enough. It's down to the 1v1. Mace up against Ruler. Flash goes in. Ruler, he's going for this as well. Mace.
No,
Mason, oh
no
no,
way.
what a mistake. Can you believe that, Henry?
You can hear the reaction in the room from the XL boys. They know what that means. Reason Gaming have somehow done it against all the odds. A team that had no hope in the playoffs here. At Endpoint, they needed the 2-0. They looked so good in the first half. It's 11-4, and their playoff hopes now in the bin. That was everything. They needed the 2-0 here today. Reason had nothing to play for, but they played their hearts out and showed us they could come back from that huge deficit.